Good morning. Welcome in to another installment of Your Life Matters with clinical social worker Dr. Beth Plachetka from Safe Harbor Counseling. And Dr. Beth Speaks. And Dr. Beth joins us once again on a Monday morning. How are we doing, Doctor?
I'm good, Mike. How are you doing?
Doing all right. Last week we started a new series. It's called Becoming a Point of Light, kind of geared towards the holiday and that theme, and taking us through these next few weeks because there's a lot that happens emotionally and mentally with your health and well-being at this time of year because some people struggle with all the different responsibilities and emotions that come in. So we're trying to help work you through all of this.
Right. And, I don't know if you've noticed, but I certainly have, that our attitudes and our emotions are contagious. If I'm in a bad mood, most of the family ends up in a bad mood.
Yeah.
Or if somebody else is, it's contagious. If I can pull myself out or if somebody else can pull themselves out, we can get better. And so that's what we're talking about today. Last week we talked about love and how it's a decision to want what's best for the other person, to consider our response from that perspective. When we think about today's topic of self-awareness, if we want to be a point of light, we have to be paying attention to what's going on inside of us. I've noticed that, especially when I used to go to the mall, I don't quite so much anymore to shop, but, you'd be so hot and you'd be carrying all that stuff, and pretty soon you'd have a headache, and it was...
Dealing with crowds. And
right. And pretty soon you just want to say, get out of my way.
Right.
And not a point of light response. But if you're not paying attention to what's going on inside of you, you are likely to respond in a way that's not very positive or not very kind. So, steps to self-awareness. We want to pay attention to what's going on in our mind and in our body. What's our energy level? Are we exhausted? Take a break, Are we hungry? It's time to eat something. Sometimes we think, I'll just put it off. I can muscle through this. Well, that doesn't always work. It makes us hangry is what it does.
You need fuel, yep.
We need fuel, and we need healthy fuel. A cookie's fine for a second, but it's not going to last us very long. We want to think about what types of thoughts are running through our head. Often we do that thing where I got to do this, this, and this. I've got to get to the gas station before this. And we make it an impossible schedule so that nothing works out. We can't get it done. And we think no one cares. So we want to pay attention first what's going on inside our body and then think about what are our expectations for the holidays? What do I really, what's important?
Yeah. What
am I really celebrating? Do I need to clean the basement before I have people over and they're never going to go down there?
Right.
Not that day. So, usually our expectations are tied to some emotion, something that happened when we were kids. And it was so wonderful. We were so excited that we want to recreate it. Or it was so horrible. I remember my dad had an accident on a holiday season one time. We really try to avoid that. And you can become... overwhelmingly part of what you're avoiding. So what's the love response? The love response is the decision about how you're going to address yourself, that self-awareness, and then how you're going to watch for it in others. If somebody is acting out of character, you want to offer them a drink of water. You want to offer them some food. Say, are you okay? Nothing needs to be done right now. And it's really important to remember that the good memories are usually good because something negative happened right before them and you overcame it. The tree got knocked down, all the ornaments were broken, so we made these paper chains and they were wonderful.
Yeah.
That made it happy. So we want to decide, treat ourselves with love, what's best for our family, what's best for ourselves, and enjoy, because that helps our mental health, and everybody's life matters.
Indeed. Especially around this time, important to remember that. Exactly.
It is.
Right. All right, it's part 2 of our 4-part series, Becoming a Point of Light. Make sure you're with us at the same time next week and every week for Your Life Matters with clinical social worker Dr. Beth Plachetka from Safe Harbor Counseling and Dr. Beth Speaks. You can go to safeharboril.com, listen to past shows, and get more resources on these topics and all of the ones we've discussed on this segment here on WSPY. We'll see you again at the same time next week.